Today we're going to get hosting, get a domain, and install WordPress in 144 seconds. Welcome to WordPress Vidcast, a daily video podcast featuring WordPress tutorials, theme reviews, plugin reviews, techniques, tactics, tips, and tricks so you can build a niche site, build your small business website, build your brand hub, or build your first website without freaking out. You can build a website with WordPress, and I can show you how. The WordPress Vidcast. Use the hell out of WordPress. Installing websites, building websites, doing all that fancy schmancy stuff used to be really difficult. I mean, we'd have to use a text editor and put in these codes and these flags, and it's like learning a foreign language, and we'd have to do it in the snow, uphill both ways. It was ridiculous. But these days, it's so friggin' simple. Anyone can do it. Don't be overwhelmed. I'm going to show you how just here in a second, and literally it's $22.96. It took me 144 seconds to secure a domain, to pay for hosting, set up hosting, pay for hosting, and then install WordPress. Now there is one caveat. There is a delay between setting up hosting and the domain and then installing WordPress, because it takes time for all the computers to talk and for that domain name to get pushed throughout the entire system. So, am I fudging? I'm fudging just a little bit, just a tiny little bit. But you'll see how simple it is. Don't worry about it. If you've never done it before, you'll watch me do it, and I think you'll be amazed how easy it is. Ready, set, go. All right, we're gonna click on View Web Hosting Plans. Select monthly, order now. Put in the domain name I want. Check the spelling. COM is selected. Let's go on to step 2. Put in some user information. I am going to cheat because all this stuff is already in the system. The things that are blocked out are just personal information, account settings, addresses, stuff like that. And in case you're wondering, yeah, that was the domain of the website. You are watching me set up the actual website. All right, that is selected. $22.96. Create account. Wait for it. There were errors because I typed in something wrong somewhere. Wrong expiration date. Let's try that again. Create account. And there we go. Done. Take out my watch. There we go. Lap 1. 134. 1 minute and 34 seconds. I hope you can see that. I'll try it again with the backlit, just in case that makes it an inch of difference. I have no idea whether or not you can see that. But 1 minute 34 seconds, hosting is paid for, and you've registered a domain. Alright, so HostGator made a complete liar out of me, and I am doing this video a lot sooner than expected. This is the second part of the 0 to full-fledged rock and roll WordPress installation tutorial. We've already gotten the domain. We did that in the first part. It took what, 1 minute and 34 seconds. So now I'm going to walk you through installing WordPress. I'm going to show you what we have to do, and then I'm going to install it at full speed, full tilt. I'm going to record it. I warned you it was like 24-48 hours between when you get the domain and when it's spread out throughout all the name servers. Well, I checked this. If you look right here, see if I can zoom in on that for you. WPVidcast.com. This is the website you get once it's up and running. And if you look at the time over here, it says 21:44. I actually checked this at 21:20. That's 9:20 Army time. Sorry, I'm an Army guy. So 90 minutes. It was 90 minutes from the time I clicked complete and paid for the domain until I checked it and it was up and running. So this is what you get. Now, if you take this address, wpvidcast.com, or what your domain is. This is obviously for me. You're not going to be able to do it. And throw a cpanel on the end. It will redirect you to port 2082. Don't worry about what that means. That's just the way it does it. Just use the cpanel address and you'll be fine. Put in the username and password, and you'll log into the HostGator control panel. Now, we will close that. Now, this isn't the tutorial for the control panel, but this is how it looks when you first get it. Bunch of options. These are all the bells and whistles I was talking about. This is where you get to the themes and the site builder and all that hooey that you don't need. But there's a lot of things in here you will use. Here's the mail section, messing with files and FTP, some analytics, domain control, database control, software and services, and some extra stuff. Now what you're going to look for is this right here. Zoom in. Fantastico Deluxe. This is your best friend when you're installing WordPress. You click on that, it'll take you to this list of scripts. That's a lot of scripts. You got WordPress, Joomla, Mambo, Zoops. I've used all those. Drupal, PHP Bulletin Board, some e-commerce, FAQ, hosts and billing, image galleries, mailing lists, poll surveys, project management, wikis. I mean, it's there. It's got Noah's classified. Bunch of stuff in here. And when you're done, you just click Control Panel. You go back to the front page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log out, and I'm going to go from logging in. I'm going to walk you through at full speed, getting to your WordPress website that is completely installed. Let me reset my stopwatch. Make sure it's ready to rock and roll. Alright, here we go. Let me log out. And there we go. On your mark, get set, go. Username, password, logging in. Go down to Fantastico Deluxe. Click that. Click WordPress. Click New Installation. That's the domain we want it in. We don't want a directory. I'm going to block all this out. But this is the username login, username password, nickname, site name. I'll fix it later. Click install. Finish installation. And it is up. Look at that. 50 seconds. 50 seconds. And it's up. And if you don't believe that it's up, I don't know why I did that. I had to refresh. There it is. It is up. March 9th. You can see that I just installed it. This is the default install. Alrighty, folks. There it was. 144 seconds worth of work. And even that involved a lot of sitting and staring at the computer screen. You needed two things. Or actually needed, we'll call it two things. You needed a list of domains that you wanted to use, a list of potential domains, and you needed a credit card. You need your method of paying for hosting. Besides that, that's all you needed. You needed like the name of the website. You needed an idea for your username and password. If you don't have those things, that's on you. That's not, you can't blame WordPress. You can't blame Fantastico for that. One note, don't go with one name, or else you'll get stuck. You'll be there midstream going, I wonder if I should. No. Do some research. Find the name you want. At the same time, don't go to like GoDaddy or one of these other places where you can buy domains and just try name after name after name after name. Because if it's available, what can happen is there's these dirty little gremlins that go and tell people that there's someone looking at a domain name, and then these nasty little domain squatters go and snatch it up. So don't give them that opportunity. Use something like Name Checklist, or just that's namechecklist.com, or just type in your potential URL into the address box of your browser to see if anything's there. So go there with a list of at least 5 names. Variations on theme, things that are very close, variations with hyphens, .com versus .net, whatever you want to do. We could be having a discussion about doing, self-hosting your blog, your website like this versus using WordPress.com or blog or whatever. That's another episode. That's an entirely separate show. But that's it. 144 seconds, $23. Boom, bing, bang. You could be a complete web version. The next thing you know, you have a domain, you have hosting, and you have a WordPress website.